going on, everybody? Welcome to Michigan. We are hanging out for some lappage around this beast of a track. If you all caught the 11 a.m. Cup race this morning, congrats to Tyler Reddick for taking the W. I am Mike McElroy. Our little host and co-hosting already disappeared. That is Brandon Richard. Say what's up, buddy.
Hi guys, how we doing?
I'm doing excellent. Thanks for asking, man.
Every week you tell me to say hi, and I'm never going to.
There's me. There's my nameplate, Mike McElroy.
That's Mike.
We got about 3 minutes left in qualifying. Lappers are starting drivers, lappers, whatever you want to say. So used to broadcasting on Saturday that I call everybody just lappers at this point. They're all starting to sit down some lap times. We should be able to get on board with them here in just a second, as I see a few people already out there laying down some times. Right now, Devin Galvin showing up on the pole. Falovich heel. Everybody starting to get moving, man. What are you looking forward to tonight, dude?
Track conditions, tire wear, and the ability to pass, I think, are probably the three things that are going to be a key to watch. Obviously, tire wear on this track surface and the speeds they're going. You know, it's going to be an issue. But the track temperature going to be something to watch tonight, as was last week. And we look to fuel strategy. 25 lap fuel run tonight for these next gen cars, and I wonder how that's going to play out tonight here at Michigan.
Yeah, we'll get all those race details up here in just a second, man. We also got some highlight footage from a very special Joshua McQuiggan that we will show you from last season. Some YJ Media footage from last season that we'll show. We'll show the lap one, turn one fiasco. But yeah, all these guys, I know they're qualifying and everything under overcast at this turn time. That lap you just saw James Fillers put down shot him up to the pole position, 38.496. But yeah, it's overcast now, but as you can see out there beyond the grandstands that just swung by, the sun is coming out. This track's about to heat up really quick. I hear the drivers like that. Track state also resets, so it's all going to be rubber free as we get ready for the green. But we got a minute 46 left in qualifying still for these guys to lay down some times. I see everybody, almost everybody is qualifying. Nick Miller, even freshly out here, has missed the first few races. Tries to get in here, tries to run as many laps as he can in order to get back out, back up in the standings as much as possible. But yeah, Nick's out here putting down some laps real quick. First lap's only going to shoot him up to P22, so just outside the leaderboard, but he's coming in for a heater on lap number 2. Show his on board real quick. Doing 191, 193 on the backstretch. All the way. Oh, he taps the wall. I think that's going to be enough not to register that lap. Nick Miller going to probably sit down in P24 now as more drivers have passed him by. Andrew Tenold finishing up his lap time, putting down a P21. Most of the drivers complete. Tenold just doing a little victory burnout for P21.
Gotta get the screenshot somehow. That's one way to do it.
Monster Energy 45, Trinity PC, every sponsor you can imagine. Backmarkers on there.
Yeah,
Davenport.
Shout out. Nick Miller in chat. I have an obsession with hitting the wall in 4, I'm guessing.
Here's what I'll tell you, Nick. It looked fast. It looked like it was
hella fast, dude.
It looked like it was gonna be fast.
On paper, you were great, dude. That was awesome.
All right, let's pull up the race day info real quick. It is Michigan. We don't have a sponsor for this race, so it's going to go unsponsored. Timing is set to afternoon. Sun just came out. You saw it in the background there. 55% fuel cell, as always, is going to give these drivers 25 laps around the 2-mile track of Michigan. Tire sets are going to be 4, 1 on the car, 3 in the pits, and we are doing 1 hundo of those laps around this track tonight. All right. Pole sitter is going to be none other than Perrin Huggins. If I could get him in the booth real quick, we can offer him the challenge that we offer everybody.
I'm looking for him. Where is he? He is not in the booth.
Perrin Huggins! Nick Miller says, I just want the opportunity to do the challenge. I bet you would have got the opportunity because you were doing 194 on your own on the backstretch. So that was it. It's this a little wall tap. Who's in P2? We can also offer it to Randy Arms here as we pull up the grid real quick. We got Perrin Huggins, Randy Arms, James Fillers, John Evans, Sean Anderson, Cade McClenny, Brandon Bowers, Matthew Hill. Rounding out the top 10 is going to be Dylan Falovich and Cody B. Johnson. Joshua Parent, Jake Niparis in 11 and 12. Joshua McQuiggan, Kyle Ritchie, Ryan Tiller, Devin Galvin, Landon Quisenberry, Casey Brown, Jonathan Swartz, Alex Chira, Andrew Tenold, Tony Skirbo, Ryan Von Henschel, Nick Miller, P24, Casey Herring, Sam Demian, William Bowman, Kevin Boley, Travis DeLeon, Wyatt Garrett, and rounding out the field, Jeffrey Rudick, Brandon French, Spencer Leaf, and Daniel Pendergrass, all opting not to put up times tonight as these drivers get ready to start taking the grid here. All lining up on pit road. Go ahead, man.
We were asked in chat to update trading paints. We do. And just because you guys do it last second, sorry.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. I'm going to give you guys one quick little... I'm going to refresh all paints one time. One time. That's all you get.
Everyone gets defaulted for 2 seconds. But right now, we usually have everything updated.
Yeah, I always update it before we start the stream. So if you just updated your paint, don't know what to tell you, buddy. Got to do that before you join the lobby.
Well, you can set that actually in trading paints long before through specific leagues. That is also an option. The Randy Arms looking to be a big-time player here tonight. He's fast on these kind of tracks, and maybe due.
I'll tell you what, pull Randy Arms up here real quick.
We're going to pull him on up here. Yeet.
All the drivers pulling off pit road now. Randy Arms!
Oh, God.
All right, man, welcome up to the broadcast booth. We have the one, the only, where is it real quick?
Hey, go. Pull it. Hold
on, I got to do my cool little graphic, man. Back to front challenge is going to Randy Arms since Perrin Huggins didn't jump up in the booth, man. The prize pool has gone up to $40. We're going to send you to the back if you so choose, but you have to win the race after that.
There's no way.
All
right. Especially not here. Just as hard as it is.
You could come down to pit strategy, man. It could come down to... You never know.
But I don't qualify well very often. And the last time I qualified well, I made it to turn 1. So I'm hoping I can last a little longer this time.
Okay. All right.
So, I think
so it's an official decline then. All right. All right, Randy. Have a good race, buddy. And we will try again next week to get somebody to take the challenge.
All right, thank you.
All right, man. We'll see you. All right. Drivers are all out on the field now. Randy Arms officially declining the challenge to try and get a free $40.
$40 is 3 tracks. I'd be a Death Race 2000 driver.
Yeah, nobody says you can't get 17 at faults trying to do it. I mean, it's just you just have to make it to the front.
It's been set. You go from back to front, win race.
That's it. That's the only rules.
There is very black and white. There's no gray area. It's like, do that, $40.
Oh,
Matt Heel will do it.
I bet you Matt would.
Says so.
But unfortunately,
confirmed.
Matthew Heel is back here in P8, so he's gonna have to wait until next time.
You gotta go. Yeah, you gotta go from front to back to front. It's math, guys. The lights went back on the pace car there for a moment, but they are back off, and we are gonna go green here at Michigan with Huggins and Arms in the front row, and that beautiful backmarker car with Evans and Fillers in the row numero dos.
Huggins and Arms, your first row. Fillers and Evans, your second row. Anderson and McClenny, your top 3 rows. A lot of heavy hitters, a lot of power lifters up here in the front. They're going to take us off to the green flag as the pace car makes the hard left-hand turn down to pit road. We enter the Geico restart zone, and we are officially green for lap 1 of 100 at Michigan.
Big check up there on the top side. Not really sure what happened there. If that was... Oh, that was terrible. That was really bad. Anyway, Huggins pulling away there. You see Fillers there. Now 3 wide for second with Arms on the top side. A little bit of contact, able to hold it through. Turn number 2. Whole field able to keep it together. Still 3 wide, almost 4 wide for third. Arms with the run to the top side.
The beauty of Michigan, though, man, is all these lanes. Like, look at all the lanes the drivers get to choose. They get to pretty much pick their poison here, see what works for them, see what doesn't. And as the rubber starts to get laid down on the track more often, they're going to find new lanes to work with. And we're going to see an ever-changing preferred line throughout the entirety of this race.
That I don't doubt. Still, Evans now to P2, Fillers to his bumper. Arms with a little bit of a run, not looking to the outside there. Cade McClenny, Matthew Heel just behind him. Arms now on the inside into turn 3.
A little bit further back, Brandon Bowers trying to find some momentum here. He's kind of stuck in the middle of everybody. I'm pretty sure most of these cars are actually just kind of hanging out, trying to bide their time, maybe either wait for pit strategy or some other situation to occur where they can capitalize on it. If there's one thing that ARS drivers are known for, man, it is good, old-fashioned strategy races. And I love to see which ones wind up working out. Speaking of, Cody B. Johnson currently sitting up here in the P13 position. Had a heck of a strategy last week in Dover. Was going for the short pit strategy. I was excited to see how that would play out. Wound up getting a speeding penalty on pit road halfway through the race. and his race was pretty much done after that. Green flag runs, wound up backing out of the race, taking the points he could get, and bringing it back home. But I'm curious to see what strategy he goes with tonight.
Arms had a little bit of a wiggle there off a 4. That was tough to watch there for a second. As the field's kind of spread out for a bit, Huggins, Evans, Heel, McClinney, and Fillers. Cade McClinney, my pick to win this race. Feel like he's absolutely due here in the Cup Series.
You're picking Cabe?
Yep.
All right. If you're picking Cabe, man, that means I have to pick somebody. Cabe McClinney, having started up in row 3, currently up to P4. My pick to win tonight. I am going to go with the guy I just talked about. Cody B. Johnson's going to be my pick to win tonight. I know he probably he races a lot of officials, man. I know he's got probably a lot of Michigan practice under the head of that car, and I think he's got what it takes to get that W tonight.
Look back in the field here. You got Richie, Miller, Schwartz, Ryan Tiller.
Look at that connection with Richie right now.
All real close. Smoke up ahead. I believe the caution's out. Jonathan Evans collected in the incident.
Stuck on track, missing a front bumper. Caution's out for the first time at Michigan.
Oh, man.
All right, Jonathan Evans bringing this thing back around to pit road. As we can see, he's missing an entire front bumper of that car. Looking pretty heavy. Let's go back and see exactly what happened here.
Entering turn 3, contact with the 05 of Cade McClinney.
Let me it rewound me all the way to the front stretch. Let's fast forward this a little bit. Go ahead, take me through it.
I can't see
Richard,
you live,
I'm coming into turn 3 right now.
But there's contact between the 05 and the 26. And sends the 26 up the track into Jake Nippris. Unfortunately, caught up into that, and I can't see your live feed, so I want you to go ahead and read what you see, and I'm going to find if there's anything else.
You don't need to see it, man. You actually called it right as it was happening. That's how in sync we are right now.
Well, that's right. Bye.
Oh, Jesus.
The whole field able to cover themselves very well. I mean, it just is as far as avoiding that incident in a very tight spot. And Evans, front end destroyed. Nippris, nowhere to go.
Yeah, I want to go on board.
Idea.
I want to go on board with Nippris real quick.
Oh,
he doesn't even see that happening.
Yeah, he's on the side.
Gosh, coming up on this wreck, Nippris almost looks like he's in the safest spot because the wreck is happening low. He looks like he's got a free lane up top. Nippris comes and then out of nowhere, man. Just gets smacked into that inside wall. Looking at the front end of his car, it looks about the same. And I believe momentarily, as he enters onto the grass, the car stops turning. The front right tire stops turning. Yeah, that car is pretty much toast at this point. He winds up towing back to pit road. No fast repairs in this league, so he is either going to get some damage fixed and try to collect some points, or he is done for the night. Jake Nippris sitting on pit road along with Jonathan Evans.
Unfortunate. That just out of absolute nowhere. Not really sure what happened as far as the contact there with the 05 and just looking again. So that it was running into the corner. Big bump. 05 looks low. And it's just like he was just there, Yeah,
I think it's just either misplaced checkup or not ready for it. It's hard to.
Okay, so
it looks like Cabe aims to shoot low. He is pushing. He's trying to help Evans through these turns.
And he's thinking Evans is going to stay in the same lane. Evans kind of comes down into that bottom line, just the same as that is the same line that Huggins was running. And then just 05 locks it up, a little bit of contact there.
Yeah.
Roof flaps deployed, Nippris absolutely eats it.
For those of you guys who know Cade McClinney, he is not that driver, so that is 100% unintentional. Probably just trying to help him out.
Far too early in a race for any sort of incident to be so egregious that they're gonna just like no matter how it looks, slow motion, fast motion.
Far too early, you say? Let's go back and look back what happened. Race 1 or last year, Michigan, with Josh McQuiggan.
Baby.
Ooh, someone is sideways.
4 wide.
Already in the wall.
Oh, huge contact. Already opening lap. The 27 machine. Joshua McQuiggan hard into the wall. He's down on the very bottom here. He just goes up and just loses it.
He taps Kyle Ritchie and just spins himself.
That was lap 1, turn 1 of last year. Josh McQuiggan wound up with some pretty heavy damage. Wound up exiting the race early. So Michigan is no stranger to big wrecks, as we are officially back green flag. Perrin Huggins still out front leading this thing. Matthew Heel now on that bottom line. Up to P, currently 2, about to lose it to P3 as Cade McClenny makes the pass around the high side. James Filler sliding up to the top there. Everyone looking real good. Matthew Hill going to have to jump into line as quick as possible. James Filler's got the run, though, going to head down to the bottom lane. Teammate Brandon Bowers right behind him.
So you turn your microphone on. Arms able to gather himself up after that caution back to P3. McClenny trying to run down the 5. Heel, the 89 to the bumper of Fillers. And right behind him, Brandon Bowers in that black Jack Lynx number 11. I believe that's a Ford Mustang.
It is. They will 100%. Oh, no! Matthew Hill gets turned! Matthew Hill down the inside. What a save, though. Does a quick little spin move. Comes back up on track. That car has 0 damage, maybe a little tire wear, but he is back in the heat of this thing.
Shout out to the car not flipping.
As we saw, not only in the Xfinity race, but in the Cup race with Corey LaJoie.
For those of you arguing if this is a simulator or a video game, that car would have flipped. This is a video game. This is a 100% video game. Oh, buddy.
All the leaders still within a second of each other, all the way back to James Fillers, who's just outside of. We got more wall banging happening off the exit of the turns. These cars are starting to get tight. 76 of Kyle Ritchie pushing.
Perfect. You were looking at the same thing I was. I saw the 76 pushing the 08 down the straightaway because I was going to give a big shout out to Joshua McQuiggan for keeping her straight so far. Here, 13 ticked away. Or 12, I don't know. 12, yes.
Yeah, McQuiggan looking real good right now. He's got the line that's working. He's all the way up to P9 after starting a little bit further back. And he is making some moves to get up the front here. We got 2 distinct packs. As you can see, the back of the pack, the pack number 2 there, just kind of hanging out. That's going to be all the way back here with, I believe it's Kevin Boley leading that thing.
Kevin Boley back here. Brandon French, William Bowman, and Daniel Pendergrass back here. All sightseeing currently. No real rush. Like we said, 100 laps around this big old SOB 2-mile wide track. And these track temperatures are going to get hotter and hotter. You got to manage your tires, got to manage your fuel, and got to manage your position. As we see, almost 3 wide there for third, with Quisenberry, Arms, and Bowers. Shout out to Quisenberry, the first Monday I've ever said his name right.
First time.
No, that's not the first time, but first time on a Monday broadcast, absolutely. So shout out Twitch. Don't tell me how to say it. Shut up.
Quisenberry holding his own right now. He is. I'm trying to determine who's in tire saving mode and who's not. As Cade McClenny drops down to the inside of Perrin Huggins, attempts for a little bit of side draft, breaks off. He's got the run though. Cade McClenny going to take the lead on that lap.
And when you look here, Matthew Heel involved in that earlier spin now, but almost to the bumper of Wyatt Garrett, who's caught that secondary pack of Pendergrass, French, Bowman, and Bowman and Boley.
Bolly's a fine name too.
Oh, we got an incident in the back of the field. Devin Galvin collected.
Galvin stuck up on the inside wall.
I'm going to go ahead and rewind and see what the hell happened here. Nick Miller to his inside, coming off of turn number 2. Comes up a little contact, 95 into the wall. Nick Miller into the infield. The 76 unable to get anywhere into the back of the 95.
Oh, spreads out the entire field. Devin Galvin now on pit road, probably getting some damage repaired. I don't know if that did anything to his toe link or anything like that, but we'll find out here momentarily.
Back to P2 on the underneath Quisenberry in that awful KU car. Who's a Kansas fan?
I didn't know they existed, to be honest with you.
Congratulations, by the way. I believe we just passed the last Saturday without college football for the rest of the year. So, big shout out to all of us. We made it, guys. We did it.
Tyler the Absolute in chat. Big Nick Miller fan, it sounds like. He's currently sitting in P16.
Helltrek, shout out. Shout out. Big shout out. Ad break ends in 17 seconds. So shout out to all of you that have been able to watch continuous green flag action here. Affinity Racing.
Continuous green flag action.
Continuous green flag action here. Whoa, the 11 of Bowers able to, I'm going to use quotations here, clear the 05 and able to jump to P2 in what was a fantastic move. If you could show that just a little bit. And now arms to Quisenberry's bumper, getting him past, and now Bowers left on the inside row as everyone's kind of single filed outside.
Bowers always been a dominant force on track. A lot of these drivers up here. Cade McClenny falling back after taking the lead momentarily earlier on. Wondering if we're starting to see some of that tire wear happen. As you guys saw, it was 25 laps roughly on a fuel tank, but we did have 3 yellow flag laps in there. So we're probably looking closer to 28, 29 laps on this fuel tank and tires. We'll see if anybody starts bringing them down early. As you see everybody starting to get loose off of turns 1 and 2. It's really starting to play a role into what these drivers' decisions are going to be as we get closer to green flag pit stops.
Can we talk about back markers for a second? Brandon French in a really good-looking paint scheme. That's a real good-looking paint scheme. And right now, go grab some Affinity Racing Cup Series merch. Backmarker.shop. 15% off back-to-school sale happening right now. You can use the promo code Affinity10 and save an additional 10% off your entire order right now. Backmarker.shop. Get better. 25 laps, BTM.
Everybody pretty much single file. People trying to, James Fillers, one of them, trying to find a lane to work with here. Loses his spot. He's going to shoot it down into turn 3 and 4, and he makes it stick for the most part. Passes a few cars.
On the move, by the way.
Matthew Hill, after an earlier incident, now up to P26, passing some of these cars back here. Almost gets side tapped again by Bowman.
Oh my God, I just saw that.
Almost. Good Lord. Matthew Heel having almost the worst luck of the night so far.
Battle for first. Bowers to the inside, lap 20. And behind him, Arms in the 05, able to get a run.
Bowers does it. Makes it stick on the bottom lane. He's going to slide up for P1. Randy Arms also taking a peek. I'm wondering if this is more of the tires taking effect here. Did Perrin Huggins push it a little too much? We'll see when the pit stops start to turn around. Cade McClenny also back up in this hunt as he makes it back up to P3 after dropping back to P5 for a little bit there. And then you got Cody Johnson sending it around that high line.
Contact. Oh, boy. The 80 and the 5 with a little bit of light contact off of 2. And that sends the 80 spiraling back there. As you got Dylan Falovich, Sean Anderson in a very interesting car. And Joshua McQuiggan up to the P7 position with right behind him. You got Cody B. Johnson. As you said, Nick Miller and Landon Quisenberry has fallen back to 10th.
Yeah, Landon was holding strong for a while there. Might have pushed the tires just a little bit too much. But Joshua McQuiggan now up here battling with the leaders as he's going to make the pass on the high side. We got one car down there on the apron. I believe that might have been Jake Nipperis trying to come out of pits for a little bit. I think it was. He might be out now. I don't see him out there on the track anymore, but yeah, Jake Nippers, I think, might have tried to come out again and did not like the way the car, that way, can't talk, that way the car felt. Yellow flag out!
Huh, the hell, we got someone climbing the catch fence? What? Pendergrass slowed on the backstretch.
Is this a debris caution? Yellow's out.
No, you said debris, and Daniel Pendergrass comes to mind. Bowman and Pendergrass into turn 1. The 16
get a better
on the
camera
high
angle.
side. And the 53 with a little bit of a runoff of 2.
Ooh.
16 and oh my gosh, you guys. I thought we were friends.
I believe they're teammates.
And I believe that, yeah, for sure. And,
hey, see, TTSL, it's not only your team. It's
yeah, the C stands for loyalty. in
CMS. It's CMS out here killing each other.
Good lord, I don't even want to go in the booth and ask them what the hell's going on. I don't. I know, and they're just going to be like, oh, Bowman's going to think it wasn't his fault. Pendergrass has no idea what happened.
I take it everybody has to bring him down pit road this time. I think we're going to have a lot of takers here.
Oh, I would absolutely assure you. Lap 23 of essentially a 25 lap run. Here comes the leaders and the rest of the pack.
There comes the
Everybody.
field.
Everybody.
We'll see who wins this race off of pit road. Brandon Bowers entering P1.
No mistakes here early, as you've seen passing is not very easy here tonight, and track conditions are only going to continue to heat up. No mistakes on pit road early, or that could cost you. The 29 of McQuiggan out.
McQuiggan might have made a strategy call here.
Yeah, what did he get a juice box and he was out? Like what?
I think his crew chief just had some Capri Suns and chicken nuggies waiting, man. He
had the nugget, had the sauce packet open for him and everything.
Let's hear from him. Is he in a chat?
I'm gonna look for him, but I don't think so. Josh McQuiggan,
he is not.
He is not. He is a coward hiding.
I'll tell you what then. Let's talk to one of the team owners of TTSL. Let's bring up Dylan Falovich into the booth.
Dylan Falovich on the way. Dylan Falovich live in the booth with the boys.
Hi.
What's going on, man?
I
Hey,
got kidnapped.
yeah,
100%.
That's all
And
we
if
ever
they
do.
don't pay the money. It's curtains for you, buddy. Okay.
I don't know if it's kidnapped, if it's consensual, but I like it. Okay.
It's
carry on.
Okay,
Wait, can I say it on the broadcast?
No,
Sure,
not on
why not?
Mondays. Saturdays, yes. Mondays, no.
Okay. Strike
Let's
that
set
All
the
right.
ground rules.
Falovich, got a question for you. How does it feel to have another team that's not TTSL taking each other out? CMS has officially wrecked each other on the backstretch.
100%.
Listen, it's nice. It's like a nice little distraction from us. It takes it away. Like, we can still do it. We're still gonna do it at some point, probably. But we're kind of all spread out for now.
Who's
yeah.
the TTSL heel this week?
Let's see. Wide said he's gonna chill out for this race.
Okay.
So I'm gonna cross him off. Alex, I've only heard him scream. I haven't heard any audible words, so he's in the Hornet's nest. Might be him.
So far, the only assassin on track so far has been Cade.
Yeah,
So
I think we got the Cave's got the
He's got the upper hand so far.
right now.
He's
it
like,
might be
I went
him.
out there and showed you what I can do. Do not make me do it to you.
Kyle's chilled. He's just trying to get back. He got a little screwed over with how that one almost wreck happened.
Yeah.
He had to lift a lot, so I think he's gonna just work his way back up slowly. So if I had to pick right now, I'd say it's Cave.
All right,
Right on.
there you have it, buddy. We're gonna send you back down to your teammates. Good luck the rest of the way.
Thank you. Have a good show.
Later, buddy.
There you heard it. Dylan Falovich, TTSL officially right now off the hook as CMS has wiped each other out. Josh McQuiggan, though.
I can't wait for Dylan to get back down there and go, Cade, they called you an assassin. They called you a murderer.
Time for your backmarker restart. Joshua McQuiggan has lane choice. He has chosen the top lane. Lap 25 coming to lap 26. Pace car making that hard left-hand turn down to pit road. We head over to the Geico restart zone, and we are officially green. Cabe helping out with a big old push.
No, that wasn't a push. That was go. And the Miller collecting. Oh my gosh, what is going on here? Big issues back here on the restart for Nick Miller.
It's going to send Cody Johnson back.
Yeah, Cody Johnson unable to get going as well. I'm not sure what the hell happened there, but the 29 and the 05 hunting right now.
Everything looks
to the inside.
While everything looks good, I'll tell you what, let's go back and let's see exactly what happened here. You can see Cody Johnson down there. We're on board with him right now.
7th. Oh boy.
We'll get back up there in just a second. Hold on.
No, you're
fine.
It's
just a checkup. It's a checkup.
Whoa!
Oh man. Yeah, unfortunate.
Huggins? Or is that Randy Arms?
No idea, dude, because I wasn't watching it. I was reviewing the restart.
I'm sorry.
Perrin Huggins down pit road.
There you go. Sorry, I was trying to find it on my ticker.
Perrin Huggins may have had a speeding penalty or something.
You have a loose lug nut or something? What the hell happened? Kate McClinty able to take the lead there. Caution's out. Alex Chira?
Yeah, right now on screen, I got Alex Chira sitting here on the inside. Let's see exactly what happened here.
Casey Herring in pieces as well on the backstretch. Walk us through it, Mike.
All right, right now you see Casey Herring up top. We just missed this as we're reviewing what happened to Perrin Huggins. We'll slow it down here a little bit. It looks like Sam Demian gets loose, smacks up into the number 2.
Ooh.
And that just causes a massive checkup where multiple cars get wrapped up into each other. That's going to be Casey Herring that caught the worst of it, but it was Sam Demian that gets loose.
Season 3 next up champion Casey Herring.
Multiple
Smack
drivers.
my next up.
Who was that? Was that? Oh, Andrew Tenold almost has a live preview of what happened during the Cup race today, as he gets 45-degree angled on the apron.
Isn't that what happened to Kyle Busch and Ross Chastain?
No idea.
All
18 of Ronnie Von Henschel showing his displeasure, comes back up into the 45 there.
I made a racing reference.
Everybody else looks okay, I would say.
Hey, we need a full grid read, Mike.
It's the wrong stream.
That's great.
Full grid reads, but I tell you what, I will go through the field for you. Currently sitting up here in P1, we got McClenny and McQuiggan hanging out. Randy Arms holding up P3. I'll give you guys top 10. Ryan Tiller up to P4. You got Falovich, Parent, Sean Anderson, Brandon Bowers, Kyle Ritchie, and then rounding out the top 10 is going to be Landon Quisenberry. Holding down the solid spot right now. Tell you what, I don't think Perrin Huggins is in a chat, but I would have loved to have a chat with him to see what happened on that restart. Maybe if we can get team owner Andrew Tenold up here.
1 second. Let me find out. Let me go to admins. He might have gotten a penalty. Checking.
Because Perrin Huggins now currently sitting back here in P21. More drivers opted for pit road. I'm assuming a lot of these are just going to be gas and goes. Some of them might actually be from the damage that occurred early on. As you can see, Jonathan Evans, that car's starting to look pretty good. After being involved in the earlier incident, he's actually got a front bumper back on that thing. Jonathan Evans, your current leader in the standings. 121 points, tied with Kyle Ritchie. I believe via bonus points, Kyle Ritchie is sitting up top in the P1 position. Casey Brown, Joshua Parent, Brandon Bowers sitting at P5. Championship standings are live every week in our Discord after we complete a quick race review and figure out what everybody did wrong, everybody did right, who got the bonus points, who didn't. Tenold said he'll be in Discord soon.
All right.
You've only got like a half a lap to do it, so.
Yep. Yep.
How about we just follow the rules and the whole team just stays in Discord?
Yeah, there he is. All right.
Andrew Tenold! Okay, I'm on speaker.
Son of a
All right, talk to us, man. Perrin dominating the race, had to bring it down pit road. We didn't see him in Discord to pull him up here, but tell us what happened.
They just started wrecking in front of me. I saw a gap and I went for it. Don't know what the 18's problem with that is. We were all obviously gonna wreck. I don't know. That's just a product of this kind of racing. This package, it's fun. It's great. top side is amazing. I don't know if you guys noticed or not, but I restarted after that first yellow, like 30, like dead last, and I made my way up to 15th. This number 45 Monster Energy Chevrolet was really fast today. Unfortunately, I think our day is coming to the end. I accidentally shut my PC off while I was trying to fix my headset, and yeah, last thing I know is we had 8 minutes required, so we're probably done. If not, we're gonna get out there and salvage some points, but yeah, not looking too good for the 45 team.
Sounds good. Perrin Huggins, did he wind up having a speeding penalty, or what made him come back down pit road?
I have no idea right now. As soon as I get back into the race and I get back into the team scanner, I'll find out.
Sounds good, man.
There.
We're fixing to go green, dude. Appreciate you stopping by.
For sure. Thank you for having me.
Yep.
Or you guys gotta move me. You guys gotta move.
Yeah,
all right, there you go. There you go.
It's not our first time. We got it.
Kate McClenny, Joshua McQuiggan, your front row. Joshua McQuiggan starting to blink. He is gone right now. Tiller doesn't know what to do.
Oh.
That's
And
going to check
that
up that
whole
top
side.
line.
Everybody got 2 X's. Everybody.
Everybody getting real squirrely again as we start shooting 3 and possibly even 4 wide. Now we're just looking 3 right now. Ryan Tiller on that outside line.
Ooh,
Got Nick Miller and
Johnson.
Sean Anderson right below him.
A little bit of contact with the 57 there, Wyatt Garrett. They are strung out back here in the pack.
You can
Perrin
see all
Huggins
these
and
lanes
P20.
working. Perrin Huggins going to come up. Oh! Bowman gets turned into Cody.
Wrecking.
Oh my gosh! Yellow's back out.
ODB
Oh
Johnson
no! We caught that live.
selected.
All right. Hey, first wreck of the night caught live is not necessarily a bad thing. All right.
I knew
Yellow's
it was
back
a-
out.
Gosh almighty.
All right, this happens right here with William Bowman. We'll take it back just a little bit. Bowman, unfortunately, just a victim in this situation. As we start coming up, you can see Perrin Huggins gets tight, just comes up into the left rear bumper of him. And that's just going to send him down into Cody Johnson. Cody Johnson, after the penalty last week, needed a good points day today, but he slams into that outside line. Daniel Pendergrass also going to do a follow-up hit on him. He's going to get swung back. Looks like the bumper has reattached itself. Wonder if Cody winds up getting this car moving, though. As we can see, he is officially still moving. Heavy damage, though, to Cody Johnson after that initial contact with the wall. Unfortunate situation. James Villiers, William Bowman, Perrin Huggins all bringing it down pit road. You got to assume Cody B. Johnson's going to do the same exact thing. There he goes. What a race so far, man.
Yeah, 4th caution of the night, 5 in Season 3 when we last raced here. So that'll be something to watch out for. Maybe we can keep it together here in the final 2/3 of our 100-lap run here at Michigan. Thank you all for showing up, supporting. Appreciate y'all. If you haven't already, hit that follow button, subscribe for ad-free viewing. Also, the subs chat in our Discord, raceaffinity.com, for links to our donations and to our merchandise, backmarker.shop, the official home for Affinity Racing gear. Please get it now. Use that code Affinity10.
100%. If you guys want to know what we're raising money for, let's check out the charity promo real quick. Here is a race against blindness.
There's a lot of causes of retinitis pigmentosa. It's, a kind of a big disorder that's caused by a bunch of different genetic mutations, and Bardet-Biedl syndrome is one of those. So he has retinitis pigmentosa caused by Bardet-Biedl syndrome.
Man, Luke is the coolest kid around. He is such an awesome 9-year-old.
How do you, tell somebody that, like, all the things that you know and love right now, you may not be able to experience the same way. You may not be able to see your Pokemon cards. You may not be able to, see anything at some point in your life. And it wasn't until he was, the last couple of years that we found some other symptoms that kind of led us towards getting the diagnosis finally. If we have 15 million people, out there who are all just going in different directions and making their noise, nothing's going to get accomplished, nothing will happen. But if just 15 million people put in $1, $1. This is literally, we have a cure. You know, this is done. We can do this.
Like it showed you, givebutter.com/race affinity. You guys can go donate today. Drivers lining back up 2x2, lap 34. We're going to take the green flag on lap 35 as we get ready for another backmarker restart.
Yeehaw.
Lincoln Bond out there in the chat, man, saying, I didn't run tonight, didn't want to miss the 7K strength of field race. I know, man. Mondays are tough when it comes to that strength of field race, dude, but I'm rooting for you. Come back, let us know how it went. If you guys want to follow him, it's CHITHOLE. On Monday nights, I'll call him Chit. Chithole.
Yeah. That's how it's pronounced.
That's how it's pronounced on Mondays. Saturdays, we'll pronounce it the real way. All right, the 80 of Randy Arms, the 5, the 05 of Cade McClenny, getting ready to restart this race as they pull up to the Geico restart zone. We are officially green, headed to lap 35. Cars already peeking out. Matthew Heel, one of them back here as he's made his way back up through the field, peeking into the top 10 again. After an earlier contact that sent him down towards the inside wall. Joshua McQuiggan also hanging out up here. The number 29 car. Moving up to P6. Sean Anderson as well, trying to make some moves on that outside lane. He's going to get the run on Tiller. Tiller going to start to fall back here momentarily. Nick Miller and Brandon Bowers working in the high lane with Kyle Ritchie right behind him. Heavy draft track, 2 miles long. These drivers need to work with each other in order to keep the speed up. That's why you're going to see a lot of these drivers on that inside line start to lose momentum. We got, that was Ryan Tiller almost got loose. Started falling back momentarily. Jonathan Swartz going to make that pass on the inside line in that number 58 cleaning authority car. Doesn't really look like everybody's calmed down, but everybody started strategizing their turns a little bit better as DeLeon almost gets into the side of McQuiggan.
Yeah, why not? Blood feud.
I might have spoke too soon. Daniel Pendergrass still back here hanging out with Wyatt Garrett. Wyatt Garrett makes the pass on the high side.
There you go. Come on. Give it to me, Mike. Come on.
That's your saying, man. That's your saying.
I know, but I'm sick, so you need to kind of step up, bro. Come on, man.
James Fillers was a commoner up in the top 10 here not too long ago at the beginning of the race. Now sitting back in P16, trying to find some momentum to get back up to the front. Brandon French also maneuvering right behind McQuiggan. McQuiggan just dropping like a rock. Was up there in P6. He is now back to P14.
Right behind him, you see that 26 car, Jonathan Evans.
Look at Brandon French, though. Kissing that wall. Gets pinched up to the wall, though.
Yeah. Casey Brown, a man that's not hard to find.
Good old John Deere paint scheme with the orange numbers.
Well, yeah, Jonathan Evans involved in an earlier incident. Whoa! Travis, clear. 3 wide at the line. French behind McQuiggan.
Crazy racing for P15 right now.
Yeah, you'd think they're not friends.
CMS at the blood oath today.
Oh, Jesus, in French
we got one car spinning.
That is Dylan Falovich around.
Dylan Falovich just caught on to him. Let's see if we can rewind this real quick without missing too much of the action.
I'm going to stick with the front.
I think it just lifts the air off the front. Maybe a little bit wobbly into the front end of Nick Miller. Winds up getting spun out, but another great save. Dylan Falovich is back out here on track right behind William Bowman, I believe that is. Back up front, Cade McClenny and Brandon Bauer still in control of this race. Perrin Huggins.
Oh, Von Henschel with contact to the 08. 23 of Ryan Tiller sideways as well. And here comes the train. Casey Brown to the inside. Von Henschel tried to shut the door there. Nothing to it. French on the outside of him. And here comes Jonathan Evans.
Brandon French absolutely making that outside line work. He is making 2 to 3 passes every turn by just smoking that high lane. Let's watch him as he goes through turn 1 and 2 again. See if he executes this again. You can see the run he gets. Look at Quisenberry on the bottom. And now watch on turn exit, just the run that French has coming off the lane. Oh, he decides to tuck in behind him. He had the speed to make the pass, but he's just going to hang out right there. The number 26 of Jonathan Evans is going to take it instead.
Bowers able to challenge for the lead here. Lap 41 out of turn 4, side by side. Now tucks behind. McClinney able to keep the lead as Miller's peeking to the inside of Bowers for P2.
Nick Miller's always been fast. He almost gets tight right up into the rear end of Cade McClinney there, but he's able to check up just enough to keep that car under control. Good respectful racing there. He had a chance and opted for the safety of others rather than taking out the leader. Randy Arms now using the middle lane, which appears to be the faster lane right now as he's going to get the run off of exit again. Can he keep the momentum? It's going to be hard, though, with Jonathan Swartz pushing Nick Miller on that bottom lane. They might make it to the lead this way. Like I said, this is a draft-heavy track, so we've got to figure out which drivers will work together just like you would at a Daytona or a Talladega. Oh, Miller gets loose!
Boy.
Oh, my gosh! Multiple drivers to the inside wall. That's going to be Swartz. That's going to be Nick Miller. Randy Arms. Randy Arms heavily damaged on the inside as we officially have our 5th caution of the night. Here's a live look at Randy Arms' car sitting on pit road. That car, I believe, is done.
Oh, yeah. Wait till you see the replay.
Let's go back.
Middle of the back stretch is where you can start from with the 20 car Miller and Arms.
We're on the front stretch here. We'll come up and here's where it starts to happen. Right outside of turn 2. We'll start to slow it down for you a little bit. It looks like Miller gets a little loose. He's trying to save the car, but then the checkup. This is really. So Miller does get loose, right?
Yep.
So he gets loose. And then taps Randy, and then really, at this point,
savable.
If Swartz isn't there, which
savable.
Swartz 100% has the authority to be there. Yeah, he can't see
any of this.
But if Swartz doesn't give this little bit of a tap, this wreck is over. Everybody saves it. Everybody checks up. Everybody makes it through. But then we just have a little bit more tapping, just enough to send Randy Arms around. Swartz comes in, tries to save his car, knocks out Miller. Miller, I think, going to keep it off of the wall. He does. He's just going to need a new set of tires after that one. Randy Arms. Let's take a look at this hit right here. He gets assistance to the inside wall. Slams. You can see Swartz as well slamming the inside wall.
And they will be assisted to the infield care center.
God is free. Appreciate the follow. Thank you for coming out. Hope you enjoyed the broadcast. Jonathan Swartz also hitting the inside wall pretty hard, but his car looks salvageable. Randy Arms, on the other hand, I'm not even sure this car is running anymore. Let's jump on the cockpit view with him. That's not Randy Arms. Let's go, Randy Arms. Looking at his RPMs, I think
you got wheel damage.
I think that car's dead. I think it's pretty much over for tonight for Randy Arms. Another tough night. Randy, I won't say has had terrible luck, but he's had some bad luck here and there. Randy Arms going to be the first car scored a lap down. William Bowman in the pits getting some more damage repaired. Nick Miller as well getting some damage repaired. Jonathan Swartz And Cody B. Johnson still in the pits. We are down to 21 cars all the way back to Joshua McQuiggan still out here running. Andrew Tenold made it back out. That's going to bring us up to 22, and then here we go, 23 and 24. Now bringing it back out at pit road. Andrew Tenold down 5 laps. Should be able to get a couple lucky dogs as Randy Arms, I believe, is done for the night down there on pit road. Brandon Bowers leading this thing.
Praying to God we don't have that many more cautions. But it may come down to, once again, strategy and survival.
Brandon Bowers opting for the bottom lane. Leaders get choice here. Can't wait for the iRacing update to in the distant future probably for them to have a choose cone, but as of right now, we give our leaders lane choice. Brandon Bowers choosing the bottom as we get ready for another backmarker.shop restart. I'm Mike McGilroy. That's Brandon Richard. Still got a lot of action happening here. Almost halfway. All fuel strategy, all tire strategy has just been thrown to the wind at this point, as drivers now have to start recalculating, replanning everything, trying to determine what's going to work and what's going to basically give them that edge to get up to the lead here. 25-lap fuel run. We're going to be short unless you save for a little bit. As we come to lap 47, we're looking at not 1 but 2 more pit stops unless the fuel saving starts right now. Pace car makes the hard left-hand turn down to pit road. Brandon Bowers, Matthew Heel, your front row, Casey Brown, and Landon Quisenberry officially take us to the green flag. Brandon Bowers with a hell of a jump. Matthew Heel not going to let him go without a fight, though. These two are going to battle it out for a little bit. Let's go back to the field, make sure everybody's making it through. Turns 1 and 2, pretty clean.
So far, Falovich to the back bumper of the 88. Clean so far. Back here, Wyatt Garrett and Nick Miller, Sam Demian, Cody B. Johnson, all caught up in earlier incidents. French now passed by Falovich, looking ahead. Everything's good so far. Back to the front, Bowers, Heel, Quisenberry, Brown, and McClinney, your top 5.
Bowers and Heel can pretty much run away with this right now as P3 is battling for position between Quisenberry, Brown, and McClinney. Matthew Heel and Brandon Bowers. Brandon Bowers going to break the draft, though. He doesn't want to run away with it just yet. He's going to slide back up into the line here. Heel still right on the bumper. Falls back a little bit outside of that turn as Brandon Bowers shoots it down, but he's going to get the run on the outside lane, bringing it back up to turn 4 in the front stretch. Another name we haven't seen up front very often tonight, but is currently one of your points leaders. Kyle Ritchie, the number 76, currently up to P5, putting up some crazy stats this year. Holding down the top position of the championship standings right now. Almost a lock-in for the playoffs as he is currently sitting at 121 points on the leaderboard. Casey Brown touches ever so slightly the outside wall. Still got a little bit of racing going on back here where Travis DeLeon is 3 wide between him, French, and Joshua McQuiggan. On the bottom lane, we got some checkups happening, but Dylan Falovich is going to send it around the high side, passing the 13 of Sean Anderson and catching up to teammate Dylan Falovich in that number 9 car. Never thought I'd see so many battles for 10th through 20th. But this is really great racing back here. As the 22 of Joshua Parent kind of gets trapped in the middle here. He's going to get a slight push from McQuiggan. James Fillers in that Little Caesars car, sending it down. Oh my gosh, we're wrecking on the front stretch. Joshua Parent slamming into Jonathan Swartz. Jonathan Swartz can't catch a break tonight. Caution's back out. All right. Let's rewind this. Let's check it out real quick. Joshua Parent, something happens here. I don't know if the car breaks loose, if he had assistance. But here we go to the front stretch. I think we might already be I think it might already be happening here. Let's rewind just a little bit. Little bit of checkup. Falovich trying to get the push. He comes back down, crosses over the bumper of McQuiggan. That's going to slam him into Jonathan Swartz on the outside. I think these drivers are going to get away from this minimally. I think that's the front bumper of Jonathan Swartz flying off there. He might have some stuff to get repaired here. Let's go check out the front end of his car. Yeah, Jonathan Swartz officially missing the front bumper. But I think Joshua Parent makes it out okay. He's got some side damage. But it's not terrible. It's not terrible. He should be able to get that thing buffed out as long as no toe links are broken and everything else is fine. He should be able to get back out there in the field. Everybody else, great wreck avoidance. Managing to keep their cars safe. Brandon Bowers is going to take that yellow. Officially going to be our leader on the restart again. Once again, if you guys have a chance. Ooh, stand by. Brandon Bowers, Matthew Heel opting for pit road. We got a few other takers. I think that's Landon Quisenberry in the back. Kind of a split field at this moment. Some drivers opting to take pit road, some drivers opting to stay out. It's going to shake up the field a little bit. I will tell you the drivers that came in were on 29 lap tires and fuel. It's Brandon Bowers, Matthew Heel, Landon Quisenberry, Cade McClenny pitting last pit cycle. Is currently on an 8-lap stint. Here's where I think this works, Richard, if you're still with me. Yep. I think they made the right call. Because we have a 25-lap fuel run, right? As long as there's no more cautions. 25-lap fuel run. Brandon Bowers, Matthew Heel, all these guys who are pitting right now, all the way up to Jonathan Evans, who just came out of pit road, winning the battle off pit road there. They can all now make it in one stop, guaranteed. It might get a little finicky there with the front end, with the front pack of the drivers, with Cabe, Kyle, Ryan. But Brandon Bowers, Matthew Heel, Ryan Von Henschel, all these guys, Jonathan Evans, they can all make it to the end with one more pit stop. And that one more pit stop can even include overtime, should we get there. And I got news for you. It looks like we might be headed there. It looks like one of those races that's going to have overtime.
And we thought Rockingham was going to be an issue.
Rockingham is going to be an issue on Wednesday. If you guys want to tune into that right here, twitch.tv/Race Affinity, you guys can watch the Next Up broadcast. It's all the drivers who are trying to make it into the the Affinity Cup Series have to go through Next Up, and that is Wednesdays at 8:30 p.m. Eastern. The Xfinity car is headed to Rockingham. We have somebody in our broadcast waiting room.
Oh yeah.
Let's talk to him.
All right.
Randy Arms hanging out in the broadcast waiting room. Talk to us, buddy.
Yeah. So we just came out of the infield care center there.
Are you good? Are you concussed?
How many carries am I holding up, Randy?
It was a pretty good lick. Luckily, we didn't end up like Corey LaJoy, so that's a plus. Stayed on all fours. Unfortunately, we need a new motor in the car. It's got some issues, but
so it's a little bit beyond duct tape and Bondo.
It is beyond that. Well, I will say the facilities here at Ursa, Michigan are nice. Seem like I'm getting a tour of them about every week at every track. So maybe at the end of the year I can have a rating.
The infield care doctor has he's got your own mug. It just says Arms on it.
Yeah, just more crappy luck, I guess. Miller got a little loose there and had to correct it, and just got into my left rear.
Yeah, it was just one of those.
Racing, so.
Yeah, one of those rough racing deals, man, where people got collected with it. But appreciate you stopping by the booth, buddy. We're about to go back green.
All right, guys. Thank you.
Yeah. Cade McClenny, Kyle Ritchie. Your second row is going to be Ryan Tiller and Alex Chira as we head into the Geico restart zone. We're officially green with the worst camera angle in the history of camera angles.
No, I'm in blip mode. It's behind the grandstands right now, so never mind. Why is my blip so low? Altitude. Pull up. Terrain. Pull up.
Mine was like behind the pylon.
Oh, good lord. Bro, it was like they were going green, and I just see grandstands.
I'll tell you what. Let's see if we can give these drivers some good luck. Let's give you a good old-fashioned crank it up for the first time tonight on twitch.tv/RaceAffinity. We'll be right back. Welcome back, everybody. I'm Mike McElroy. That is Brandon Richard hanging out there in the background. Officially completed a crank it up successfully green flag run. We might have something happening here as we have given the drivers the good luck they needed. Joshua McQuiggan up to P2.
Bowers now just about a half second ahead of him, able to take the lead during that noise pollution. McClenny now back to P4 as Nick Miller looks to the inside.
76 of Kyle Ritchie still hanging out in that P5 position. He's got, oh, what is that pylon in the middle of the camera? There it is again. The pylon is in the way.
Oh my God! Your chopper is so low.
Who hired that guy? Who hired that cameraman?
The stunt chopper from Mission Impossible filming.
I forgot to change it before we started this race there, Helltrek, but it is officially one lap on board, and I will give that to you here in just a second as we get ready to come back around to the front stretch. Jonathan Evans, James Fillers sending it. The definition of sending it into a turn does so successfully. Let's jump on board with Josh McQuiggan and see what a ride around this track is like here at Michigan. Josh McQuiggan officially in the draft of Brandon Bowers. A little bit of checkup into turns 1 and 2. You can see the rear end of these cars kicks out just a little bit, but amazing wheel work there by McQuiggan to keep that car straight and to stay on the bumper as close as possible to Brandon Bowers. He's currently only 0.2 of a second behind him. Heading into 3-4, has a little bit of a wider arc than Bowers, but he's trying to follow his line as much as possible, trying not to get tight.
It has a mirror full of the 20 car right now.
And there you have it as we come back through the restart zone and back to the checkered flag. Or the start-finish line, I should say. There's your one lap on board with Josh McQuiggan. Nick Miller now right on his tail, like Richard had said, and Cade McClenny sitting P4. Another person that's trying to fight off drivers right now is going to be Kyle Ritchie, trying to hold off that number 18 of Ryan Von Henschel.
You see Matt Heel back here in P12, able to gather stuff up from an earlier spin. Just caught in between the two packs led by Alex Chiria and Travis DeLeon in the 8 car of Quisenberry, Casey Brown, Kevin Boley, and Tony Skirbo. Brandon French, after he was a damn rocket ship earlier, has apparently run out of fuel. Back here in the 18th position, but 14 positions up for Brandon. McQuiggan to the back bumper of Bowers now at the front of the pack. Miller just behind him.
Top 3, McQuiggan starting to get a little loose. Here's where it starts to come into play. Brandon Bowers, Nick Miller both pit on the same pit strategy. They both only have 11 laps on their tires. McQuiggan, 19. So his tire is obviously going to wear off a little bit faster than the others, but right now he is holding off as much as possible. Cade McClenny on the same pit strategy as McQuiggan. So we'll start to see how this plays out here. Matthew Heel, you can see him tucking in behind Ryan Tiller back there. More drivers trying to find a lane to work with. Go ahead.
Yeah, you have to think Bowers is saving somewhat going into 3 and 4, considering the run that 29 and the 20 car can get to him in the back bumper before turn 3.
Here's what I think, man. I think Bowers and Miller can push it. McQuiggan's just kind of along for the ride right now. Depending on how the cautions played out with the fuel strategy, McQuiggan, in this situation, he's the only one, if it came down to saving, him and Cabe will be the only ones up front that actually have to start questioning the strategy.
Richie as well. Yep. I know what you mean. Richie and Falovich as well, that last pitted on lap 44.
Yeah, everybody else, they can push it. They're down to a one-stop race. Brandon Bowers being one of them.
Typically assuming that this is going to be a green light checker finish.
I'm pretty sure it's going to be. Let's just take away from Nick Miller right now.
Now look at the. I'm sorry. To our point in saying that, this field is quite spread out. So maybe the only issues we have on track, single car incidents.
I think so, and that'll be catastrophic for some of these drivers who are probably currently pushing it, because the stats have shown, the trends with Larry Mack have shown, we will get another caution.
Oh, yeah.
The question is, if the caution doesn't come, who is the biggest loser of that situation?
Quiggin obviously using his hacks, disappearing halfway through the straightaway there.
He's... What they used to call that back in the Halo 2 days? Bridge hosting?
No, he's bridging hosting, dude.
He's bridge hosting for speed. Right, magically reappears 3 car lengths in front of Nick Miller.
He's doxing kids' IP addresses in the chat right now, talking mad crap to him. Oh, yeah? You want us to come to Seattle? What?
Naomi in the chat, big Josh McQuiggan fan, and says, I told you guys. Yeah, McQuiggan? Oh, no! As I'm talking about him, he almost loses the car.
Kid, you need to mute us.
We got... All right, we'll let McQuiggan get back to work here. We're not going to talk about him anymore.
Cade McClenny falling back to P8 now. Obviously, some sort of issue there, or maybe checked up when he saw McQuiggan absolutely losing talent.
McClenny might be in saving mode now. He might also just be on old tires.
But look at Fillers.
Fillers now up to P2. Just sending it in the turns. I'll tell you what, Fillers and Bowers, both on the same team, both part of Team Jughead. They both pit on the same lap. They are both on 16-lap tires. I think we're going to see a little bit of a team strategy here play out, as James Fillers has just rocketed up to the front and is now hunting down his teammate, Brandon Bowers.
about a second ahead of this pack of cars here.
When was our last James Fillers win? I think it might have been season 2.
I want you to give me a moment here, because I have these statisticals right here.
No rush, but you just let me know. I think it's been a minute since we've seen. I know he won the Clash, one of the seasons, and that might have been the last James Fillers win. Brandon Bowers just smooth with it now, just no mistakes at this point. Lap 70. We got to start to question when these drivers will start to come in. Josh McQuiggan is officially at lap 25. It was a 25-lap fuel tank, but like I said, we had the caution laps in there. So I'm thinking he might be able to stretch it to 28, 29 laps.
April 9th, 2023.
Was the last Fillers win, huh?
Bristol. Yeah, Bristol.
James Fillers has not won in over a year. Brandon Bowers, I know he had a win last season. Always been dominant. James Fillers in the hunt, though. There's gonna be no teammate when it comes time for that pass. The 18 of Von Henschel now looking for a way to get past these drivers in front of him.
Got real tight on the left quarter panel of the 20 car. And you see McQuiggan able to gather it back up here, keeping it in P3. Miller side by side with Von Henschel. Evans looking to pounce when ready. Heel back there, McClinney, Ritchie, and Falovich round out your top 10. About 3.5 seconds back of your leader right now, who's a second ahead of these guys. Brandon Bowers, 72 laps ticked away here at Michigan Motor Speedway.
Randy Arms still on pit road for the past 24 minutes. Not coming back out anytime soon, but I know it takes 30 minutes to replace an engine. Brandon Bowers going to deal with some lap.
Lucky to be alive right now, to be completely honest with you.
Brandon Bowers now going to compete with some lap traffic. This might help. This might help. This might give him a little bit of a draft squeeze here to where he can suck up to Jonathan Swartz. Maybe increase that gap just a little bit as he is almost at a full second in front of James Fillers. Makes the pass effortless. I can't talk. Effortless.
Just like Mike is on commentary. It is
effortlessly.
Effortlessly. It's a thing, guys. It's a thing. Lap car now coming into play here. Let's see how he can stay clear of the pack. Good to go. Spit it out, Mike, right?
Yep, Jonathan Swartz just hugging that high line, staying out of the way as much as possible. He is going to... Yeah, Matthew Hill going to just sneak right there in front of him. Everybody makes it through.
Oh, boy. That was fun to watch.
29 to Josh McQuiggan, though, still holding on to P3. He's got Nick Miller right behind him. Miller gets a little bit tight, comes up in front of Von Henschel. Keeps it off the wall, though. Might be able to get some pushes here down the front stretch. Von Henschel almost touches that left rear of the bumper on Miller, which would have been an easy turn. Cabe McClenny's going to start the green flag pit stops as he brings it down pit road.
Alex Shearer just in behind him. 2 takers now on the lead lap.
You got to assume Joshua McQuiggan's close. He's going to have to bring it down pit road as well. Here's the issue. It was a 25-lap fuel run. These guys are pitting at exactly the fuel window to take them to the end of the race. Brandon Bowers should be able to take this for at least another 3 or 4 laps, which will make them good.
Evans almost rear-ending the 29 coming into pit road. Does make contact with him.
Gaining
the 29
spots.
and the 26. Falovich, Anderson, Quisenberry, Tiller as well, in for service.
These are all the drivers that did not pit last time. That's going to shake up the top 6 right now, as you've got Bowers, Fillers, Miller, Von Henschel, Heel, DeLeon, Skirbo, and others, all the way back to P14, are on a 23-lap fuel stint.
I'm going to zoom out here.
This is where that strategy is going to come into play, just like I said. It's Heel and Von Henschel getting a little bit of contact down the front stretch. Von Henschel going to hold him up top there. That should give Heel the run on the far side. cars now starting to rejoin. I believe that was Josh McQuiggan. We just saw come out of pit road there. He did not make it out on the lead lap. Neither did Jonathan Evans. But they should have the fresh enough tires to get around Brandon Bowers here momentarily.
Oh, they're right there. So this is going to be, should be easy. They, like you see McQuiggan, well, Miller now in, Von Henschel now in. But McQuiggan should be able to get past Fillers here pretty easily, get close to Evans, and then they should make it around. We'll see. Okay, let's all stop. Yeah.
Yeah, you can see how much McQuiggan's car just sticks on that bottom lane there, getting around Fillers. He's now just got to hunt down Brandon Bowers. Evans, yep. Evans gets it back the hard way, making the pass underneath Brandon Bowers, and McQuiggan still in the hunt.
Not going to be far behind here.
As he's now closing that gap. I think that's your leaders we're looking at. They didn't like the time gap that they were losing there and how fast those cars were flying around them, so I think all the drivers going to opt to bring it down pit road this time. Matthew Heel also in. Travis DeLeon going to keep it out for another lap, get his bonus point.
Trench is out as well. DeLeon to the front of the pack here.
DeLeon not getting his bonus point just yet because I believe Bowers crossed the start-finish line in the pits before DeLeon can get there. Oh my gosh, Quisenberry just bounced onto the inside wall. He recollects, doesn't take anybody with him. The car still looks like it's turning, but that was unfortunate. As Quisenberry slammed into the outside wall. That front right tire does not look good. I don't think he's in a good spot right now. Last pit 2 laps ago, and he's going to have to bring it down pit road again. Travis DeLeon also brings it in. Tony Skirbo, your new leader. We're currently still showing 6 cars that have not pit, and that's Skirbo, Brown, DeLeon bringing it into the pits now, William Bowman, and Cody B. Johnson. Johnson now bringing it down pit road.
Bowers and Fillers able to beat out Evans and McQuiggan there. Skirbo will be coming in this time by.
Here's the battle right there. There goes Brandon Bowers flying around cars. Casey Brown exiting turn 4. Tony Skirbo bringing it down pit road. I don't know if they're going to have the momentum to hold off Bowers, who's exiting turn 2 like a rocket ship right now.
Yep.
Casey Brown in that green John Deere machine. Let's go sit on board with him real quick. See if there's any strategy coming into play here. He doesn't look. He does look a little bit slower than normal pace, which has me curious if we are fuel saving at this point. I think we're definitely coming down pit road this time. There's the checkup. Casey Brown officially going to make the call for 4 fresh sets of tires, maybe 2, and top the tank off on fuel. Brandon Bowers on the backstretch.
Entering turn 3, Bowers, Fillers, Evans, McQuiggan, your eventual top 4. Miller just behind them. Cade McClinney, my race pick to win, will eventually take over P6. And that's about a 1.5 second gap between first and second right now for race leader Brandon Bowers in that number 11 Jack Link's beef jerky machine. Someone just exploded. I'm not sure who that.
Yellow flags out. Oh, the 45 Rangers tunneled is sideways on the backstretch.
Demian in the 45. Into turn 1.
All right, let's see if we can, let's see. Sam Demian involved in one earlier. Let's slow this down and see. Oh, I think Demian's just he's kind of holding that line down there. Just gets, maybe chopped by Tenold. Demian is going to go hard into the outside wall here. That car is probably done. Andrew Tenold then eventually loses it, trying to save that car for dear life.
And doesn't happen.
And then winds up almost coming back up into traffic. We saw the very end of this. Demian winds up towing, bringing it down. I got news for you. Everybody pit, so I don't think this changes any pit strategies here. Maybe a few of those drivers who are on 7 laps bring it down for a top off of fuel, but this should get everybody into overtime. Strategy is officially over. As long as they fuel save under caution, we're taking this thing to the end right now.
18 to go. Stacking the field back up. Oh boy. Oh boy.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
There we go.
Oh,
We got
here
some
comes,
takers.
I believe that's Evans that came, or I'm not sure who that was. Was that, yeah, Jonathan Evans, a taker, as well as, I believe that is Alex Chira, William Bowman, Cody B. Johnson, Sean Anderson is down. Pit Road, all for maybe a top off of fuel, maybe to get some damage repaired, maybe to get a Snickers. I don't know, but we're gonna find out with 17 to go here. Hopefully going green to the end.
Here's the thing, man. This may give them enough fuel for one overtime.
Yep.
But we've got 3 of them stacked up. Do we need to use all 3? Not necessarily. But we have 3 to use, and that's what some of these drivers may be doing. They may be topping off, hoping that if it does come down to that, nobody wants it to, but if it does come down to that, they have the chance to get the lead very late in the race.
I'm going to go bounce and grab some quote here and ask some questions.
Sounds good, man. We're going to highlight the charity again real quick while he goes and grabs us some info. We'll be back in just a second.
There's a lot of causes of retinitis pigmentosa. It's, a kind of a big disorder that's caused by a bunch of different genetic mutations, and Bardet-Biedl syndrome is one of those. So he has retinitis pigmentosa caused by Bardet-Biedl syndrome.
Man, Luke is the coolest kid around. He is such an awesome 9-year-old.
How do you, tell somebody that, like, all the things that you know and love right now, you may not be able to experience the same way. You may not be able to see your Pokemon cards. You may not be able to, see anything at some point in your life. And it wasn't until he was, the last couple of years that we found some other symptoms that kind of led us towards getting the diagnosis finally. If we have 15 million people, out there who are all just going in different directions and making their noise, nothing's going to get accomplished, nothing will happen. But if just 15 million people put in $1, this is literally, we have a cure. This is done. We can do this.
As you guys saw, givebutter.com/raceaffinities where you can donate today. All the cars stacking back up 2 by 2 as we get ready for another backmarker.shop restart. You guys can go over there right now. Use the code AFFINITY10. Save 10% on your order. Go buy some cool shirts as well as many other things. More merch to come soon as we are, or I should say the owner of backmarker.shop is aiming at branching off into some more things other than just sim racing. Maybe some of you NASCAR fans out there may like. More of that to come soon. Brandon Bowers choosing the bottom lane. James Filler's teammate of Jughead on the outside lane. You got Joshua McQuiggan and Nick Miller currently sitting in the second row. Pace car is going to get ready to make that hard left-hand turn down the pit road.
He kind of sauntered to his left on this track. It's not necessarily as hard. Team Jughead looking to create that roadblock. Bowers, Fillers, off we go. Green flag. There's my grandstands. I hate this camera angle. And you see the lined up 20, 29, 05 right there, filing out the top 5. 15 to go.
Nick
Fuel
Miller
doesn't seem to be an issue. The 20 to the inside.
Oh my gosh.
The 10. Get the hell out of my way. Get out of my way.
Nick Miller makes that pass barely.
Oh, big shot from the 76 to the 29. Sends the 20 around.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, Miller, big wreck. 57. Boley involved. DeLeon involved.
There's a lot of causes of retinitis
27 for 57.
pigmentosa.
Wyatt Garrett, I apologize. Cody B. Johnson as well. Jonathan Evans. Is that Jonathan Evans?
I think a few of them. We're going to go back and review this real quick. Let's see.
Oh, okay. It all starts with a bump from the 76, and then it just goes from there. Its spotter cam is going to give you the best probable view. Because this starts behind Miller.
A little bit of banging from Miller and fillers there.
Yep.
Josh
Watch this
McQuiggan.
run going into 3 is where the incident happens. You got to get contact at 76,
Ooh.
and then they just accordion, and he just shoots for 20 into the infield.
Yeah,
That's
so
no one's fault except everyone pushing down the backstretch with 15 to go.
look at this. Look at this stack up. Von Henschel, Richie, McQuiggan, just an accordion effect.
And there's more behind Von Henschel too.
Hold on, but
So
that
there's
sends
Yeah.
it. You can tell it sends fillers down, and then Miller, I think, is not necessarily going for the block, but he's going for that quick push that he can get from the run on fillers.
Or to his spot,
And
where
he's
he was
just
running.
not clear yet. He's just not clear yet. And then
It's
Nick
not
Miller.
his line.
Yeah.
That's just a bad spot, and then you're spinning into one of the faster parts of the field, and then catches DeLeon. Unfortunately, Wyatt Garrett involved as well. I believe Cody B. Johnson might have been involved there late in the incident.
Yeah, you can
Just
see Wyatt Garrett just
terrible.
locked down on the brakes.
Yeah,
I
where
think
you
he
gonna go?
gets through pretty okay, though.
No, wait. No, keep going. There's more. He two in the head, one in the chest, dude. He double taps him when they go down the field. They go down the track, and the 20 hits the 57 again.
Oh, my gosh. Yeah, oh, my gosh. And then he gets hit up with Cody. Oh, jeez.
He gets double tapped, is what I was saying. I was like, sorry, buddy. Two in the head, one in the chest.
Wyatt Garrett. I think that car might be okay. The tires look like they're all moving. He's got some slight right front cosmetic damage, which might hurt in the draft.
Yeah.
But overall, Wyatt
Crazy
Garrett.
turn of events, man. We're sitting here talking about green, white, checkered. Hell, we might even not have any cars that get to it. Bowers, Fillers, McQuiggan, Kyle A. Ritchie up to the top 5. Cade McClinney, and you got Von Henschel. Top 6, Falovich, Heel, Parent. Joshua Parent, there's a name we haven't said a whole lot of tonight. There's the pylon on my camera.
Yeah,
And
Joshua
then
Parent
Brandon
wrapped
French,
up. He was wrapped up in
P10.
an earlier incident. Yeah, shout out to French, man. French up here in P10. He's been making that high side work in that Get Better backmarker car all night. And he has coasted that wave all the way up to the top 10. Brandon French putting on an absolute show tonight. Joshua Parent as well, after being involved in that earlier incident on the front stretch that you guys saw. Parent now holding it down in the P9 position.
Bowers to the inside. Fillers chooses the outside lane. See Richie, the 76 and the 29. P3, P4. C3PO.
We get ready for another backmarker.shop restart.
Twenty cars on the lead lap. Brandon Richard. Or Richard, Jesus Christ. Brandon Richard, Michael McElroy. Calling the action for you here. RaceAffinity.com. Twitch.tv/RaceAffinity. We appreciate you guys hanging out with us on Monday night. Wednesdays, 8:30, 7:30 Central. Next up, Saturdays, 10, 9 Central. Super Saturdays. And every now and then we'll do some Affinity Racing Battlegrounds right here. Follow us on social media everywhere at Race Affinity.
Yutzi, appreciate the follow, buddy. Thanks for coming out. Hope you enjoyed the broadcast. We got a Brandon Bowers, James Fillers, Jughead, front row, Josh McQuiggan, and Kyle Ritchie. The only person missing now is Nick Miller, who is up front all race. I believe he's officially out of this thing. No, he is still out here on track. Repaired somewhat, but one lap down. He can get the lucky dog here if we go under caution again. But the pace car makes a hard left-hand turn down to pit road. We are coming up to the Geico restart zone. Brandon Bowers starts to blink. Hopefully it's not the curse of season 2 reappearing.
Oh, jeez. Here we go. Bowers gone. McQuiggan almost runs into the 10 car. Bowers hitting the turbo button. Fan cam sucks.
Falovich back here just trying to push as much as possible. He's going to take that high lane, trying to get a run on the outside. This is a dangerous move when these speeds are just coming up.
10 car.
McQuiggan and Fillers getting into each other. They sort it out. More cars. Kate McClenny shoots it down. Gets the run on the inside.
4 wide for second. Unbelievable for third. Fillers, McQuiggan. That's Quisenberry and Heel.
I think we were aiming
McQuiggan
5
walks
wide.
down 22 into the wall. This isn't the white flag lap. 26 Evans to the inside of Heel.
Everybody recollects. Biggest winner in this situation, Brandon French, jumps up to P7. P6 now.
McClenny clean air to Bowers now. 0.3 of a second behind him. Von Henschel now to third. Good Lord. Fillers and Evans battling for P4. Heel right behind him, the push to the 10 car. A little bit of contact between him and the 26. Falovich, the 22 apparent, and the 88 of French back here.
Kate McClenny's in the hunt right now. Everybody's on semi-fresh tires, as most of these tires have been spent under yellow flag conditions. Joshua McQuiggan trying to find a lane to get back up front there. Brandon French in the middle of a 3-wide situation. These guys absolutely flying around this track right now.
Some of the fastest speeds on the Cup Series circuit. Over 200 miles an hour entering turn 1.
Sean Anderson getting pushed by Kyle Ritchie. Joshua Parent trying to find a lane to work here. He's got McQuiggan on the outside now.
Huge run by Fillers to P3 underneath Von Henschel. Not able to complete a little bit of contact there. Why not?
Little bit of dooring. A lot of aggressive driving coming out of James Fillers tonight. Matthew Hill now trying to get the run right behind him. He does. Heads up to the top side. Everybody in a straight line. That's going to leave Fillers out to dry. On the bottom line, he's going to lose the draft. Can he get any help on that bottom line? Everybody's going to go single file again up top. He's got Sean Anderson behind him, but Sean Anderson's going to jump in the top line.
McClenny to the bumper and to the inside of the 11. Shooting for P1 here. Battle for the lead. Contact between the 05 and the 11.
McClenny
Von
gets
Henschel
tight.
on the inside. Bowers to P3. Von Henschel looks through the... Oh, a block by the 05. Evans able to give a bump to the 11. Single file back to P8.
I do not think we are going green to the end with the battle that is going on right now. We have got some of the most aggressive driving happening at this point right now. Fillers gets pitched up by McQuiggan up there on the top side.
Big run by Von Henschel to the bumper of McClenny. Big bump. Sends him into turn 1.
Trying to get him tight and shoot it underneath. Get him a little bit of a switch up here.
Evans not able to get door-to-door with that, but here comes Bowers back. 3 wide for P5. Anderson, Falovich, and Heel. Here comes Kyle A. Ritchie. Oh, big bump. Von Henschel moves McClenny up the track. 11. Goes underneath the 05 as well. Another bump for Von Henschel.
Brandon Bowers looking for the lead again as he's stuck down there. I think Bowers just blinked out again.
Oh, my good Lord.
He's back. He's back.
McClenny to the underneath of Von Henschel. A little bit of contact there, but to all 4 cars making contact. To the line, 5 to go. Von Henschel. Bowers.
Bowers sends it with a slide job.
Dive in. Big slide job.
Bowers with a slide job. Oh, he gets loose. Oh, no.
Takes out all the leaders. McClenny absolutely
Oh,
dead.
my gosh. Bowers, that would have been the most epic move if it just stuck. Caution's back out on the field.
Matthew Heel to the lead. My God. I don't even want to watch this wreck back.
Oh, we got to. Bowers, we're going to take it all the way back down to the entry of turn 1 and 2 here. Let's get with the far chase cam. Bowers shoots the send of a lifetime after getting a run off of McClenny here. The run of a lifetime, pulls the slide job that you would only see on dirt tracks and sticks it, but just doesn't have it at the end to hold off Von Henschel, and it just gets him sideways, gets into McClenny. Minus the wreck, man, I gotta say, Bowers, hell of a move, dude. Hell of a move. Let's go check out Sean Anderson real quick and see where that wound up setting him back. Cade McClenny as well, all the way back to P23. You can see Sean Anderson up there. He gets wiped out into Dylan Falovich, they just tag team Evans. Casey Brown gets a little bit from Joshua Parent. Brown's going to be wrecked into the outside wall. Falovich, I don't think he's got any turning left in that car. Winds up taking out Sean Anderson at the very end of that. Holy smokes, a lot of race review going to happen after this race tonight.
Yeah, race review is going to be rad. I'm going to tell my son I love him, and I'll see him when he graduates. He's 8, by the way.
Cade McClenny bringing it down pit road. He is missing an entire front bumper. You got Joshua Parent stopping down the pits.
Keep the high line clear.
Let's see.
Nick Miller getting a lap back.
This is good for Nick. He may be missing a front bumper, but he is back on the lead lap. Might be able to gain some spots here after riding up front.
Bowers, Von Henschel, Jonathan Evans able to power back after an earlier incident. Matthew Heel, Kyle A. Ritchie, Joshua McQuiggan finding a way here, still P6. Fillers, Chira, Bowley, Tiller. French, where the hell did he go? Oh, he must have gotten collected in that incident. Oh.
No, French's car still looks good.
Yeah, but he's in the pits, and he's laps down.
No, I think French is still on the lead lap. He might have this might just be a scheduled pit stop here.
Might be. I don't know.
Let's see if we can pull French in the booth real quick, see what happened.
All right, let's go see what Eeyore's doing. Boom.
Brandon French, welcome to the booth, buddy. Riding up top 10 consistently for the second half of the race. Tell us about this pit road stop. Is this a scheduled stop? Did you get wrapped up in that incident a little while ago?
No, last pit stop, I only took 2 tires, try to get a little bit out and head, and so I was just coming in and grabbing the extra left, and I had some damage to fix up, so we're just going to see what we can get here in the last bit.
You got 4 fresh ones on there now?
About 2.
2 fresh ones on there. All right. Well, you've been putting on a hell of a show, man. A lot of 3-wide racing, a lot of cruising that high side and making it work for you, man. And it has been entertaining to watch. Looking forward to seeing what you can do as you currently are coming back out here. It looks like P14 maybe.
Yep.
And we'll see if you can get some of these runs on the fresh tires, as nobody else has pit other than you and old Willie B out there, 1 position in front of you.
Yeah, we're going to go like hell, see what we can get.
Sounds good, man. Looking forward to seeing where you place at the end of this thing, and just keep your head clean, because there's been a lot of wrecks.
Yeah, it's going race for you is going to be busy.
Yeah, it's gonna be a lot of fun for you there, man. Have fun.
Go make coffee, Brandon. We'll see you in a minute.
Well, what's one more, right?
Yeah, no kidding. What's one more? Brandon, love you, meet. See you in a bit.
See you guys.
All right, Brandon French, who's also one of our admins who's in charge of race review.
Yeah.
He's gonna have a good time tonight after this race. We're getting ready for another backmarker.shop restart.
Every wreck, I can hear him moan. So, it's another 15 minutes. It's another 9 minutes. Everyone's saying the same thing, but arguing about it.
I don't think these guys are calming down anytime soon. We're officially in overtime. Brandon Bowers, Ryan Von Henschel, Evans, Heel, Ritchie, and McQuiggan. No strangers to the front pack here. Everybody driving like a madman. Pace car makes a hard left-hand turn. We're heading over to the Geico restart zone, and this thing is about to get crazy. We're officially green flag.
He has done that every single restart. Good God almighty. Bauer is able to pull off. Von Henschel leading the top side there with Heel. Evans on the inside with, I believe that's Chira. McQuiggan just to his outside, and yeah, that's Ritchie. It was purple. It looked purple.
Von Henschel looking for a lane to work with here, as he does. He makes the pass. Heel's going with him, and he's connected to that bumper.
Big shot. Doesn't send him too far into the turn. Able to handle it. Von Henschel, P1. Heel and Bowers battling for P2. Evans and McQuiggan for P3.
Do we take the white flag lap before the yellow comes out?
Oh, yeah.
It's official. Von Henschel is leading this thing. White flag should be in the air this time.
Bowers shoots to the inside. McQuiggan as well. Bowers to the inside of Von Henschel. Looks to clear, can be clear, is clear.
Von Henschel gets the run. Bowers throws the block.
And Von Henschel says, nay. McQuiggan looking on the high side.
Von Henschel just pulled this move on the last turn, 3 and 4. Can he do it again? Does he wash up into Bowers? They are side by side. Door banging out of turn 4. Von Henschel has the run. It's side by side. Richie sideways on the backstretch. Von Henschel and Bowers. It's a shootout to the line. Bowers takes it at the very end. 15, 20, no, 2/100ths of a second. Brandon Bowers, your race winner of
My God.
probably the biggest shootout at Michigan.
Dude, my guy bodied that him, man.
Jeez.
Let's spade a spade here. Man's bodied him at the finish line.
Let's go and look back. They're just trying to stay with each other as much as possible here. Let's check it out from the good old chopper view. Brandon Bowers and Von Henschel. Von Henschel sending it into the turn. He's going to get tight. Brandon pinching him down as much as possible. Kyle Ritchie, you can see, gets turned back there. And then we're just trying to ride it to the end here. Little bit of door banging coming to the start-finish line. Brandon Bowers winds up taking it at the very end. Von Henschel, Josh McQuiggan, Matthew Heel, and James Fillers, your top 5. We'll go over the entire standings here in just a minute as we get some of these guys into the broadcast waiting room. You know me, Richard. I like to go in reverse order.
Yeah, I'm working on it. I'm also doing stuff too, so.
So we are about to talk to one of the first drivers. We'll start rewinding back these final laps of the night here. We'll pull up the very first one. Josh McQuiggan. Josh McQuiggan, say what's up, man.
Howdy.
Say
what's going on?
Yeah.
You've had a couple fans out here in chat, and then you know, they were rooting for you to get the win, but a solid P3 finish is still a great point today for you. Tell us about those last 10 laps that were absolute just a war zone.
Yeah, man, it definitely was war. To be honest, it's kind of all a blur. There was a lot that happened. I know James got into me at one point, I think off of the first restart after the whole thing went down. James got into me down there in 1 and 2 and sent us around. We fell back to 15th, but after they wrecked up front, just fighting back hard on the top, which was definitely the most dominant line here tonight. Definitely just had to fight back hard, and we got back up into a position where we could potentially win this race. There with 2 to go, I got around, I believe, Kyle and Jonathan Evans, but I just couldn't stay with them going into 3 and 4, which was really unfortunate. I thought I was going to be able to get up there, and maybe if something happened, I would get lucky and finally get one here in ARS.
Hey, it was a hell of a battle, man. I really thought, like, on the screen right now, the backstretch when Von Henschel and Bowers went down to block each other on the apron, you had the run on the high line, getting the push from Richie. I thought that was it right there, but Bowers comes up for the last minute block to throw it back in front of you. But still, like, how were the tires tonight? How was the fuel strategy? How'd you keep it up here in the top 5?
The tires were interesting. There at the first run, I chose an interesting call to not take tires, which definitely hurt us there in the short run. But I had that extra set of tires there sitting there in the pits in case I wanted to use them. They definitely wore quite a lot. Like after 25 laps, they'd be 88, 85%. They'd be quite down there. And as soon as I elected to stay out, I could tell the difference between the new and the old tires. The new tires just got into the corner so much better than the old tires. I couldn't really do anything to counteract it.
Yeah, you could definitely see the runs with the new tires that were happening there, but still a stellar finish, man. I'm excited to see where the points update here. And I'm excited to see where everybody starts moving and shifting around. Josh McQuiggan, P3, man. Appreciate you stopping by the broadcast booth, and we will catch you here in a little bit.
Yes, sir.
All right, Josh McQuiggan, excellent P3. We're looking for a Ryan Von Henschel or a Brandon Bowers for their post-race interview. Don't see them hanging out in any of the waiting rooms or Discords.
I have Brandon.
All right. Do you have a Von Henschel first?
I don't. If I did, I would give him to you.
All right. Let's get a Brandon Bowers then.
Well, Brandon Bowers, race winner.
Bowers, how's it going, man?
What's up, dude?
All right, talk to us. Talk to us about the absolute dogfight that happened at the end of this race.
So, I was like, well, if I can't win it, I'm going to wreck everybody else.
There you go. Atta baby.
No, I'm just kidding. I kind of feel bad, I ain't going to lie. Shout out Ryan. I gained a lot of respect for Ryan because he didn't get mad when I wrecked him. Even though I'd be super mad because I destroyed him. And somehow I kept the lead. But the green white checkered was kind of wild. But I'm surprised 2 tires held on like that.
So the call was a 2-tire call there near the end?
Oh yeah. Like when me and Ty came out in the lead, or me and James came out in the lead by like 3 seconds, we took 2.
Jeez. I can't believe they stuck that well, man. That thing was holding its own up front. Walk us through this lap 96 wreck. I feel like you sent it from New Jersey all the way over to turn 2 in Michigan, and just made it stick as much as possible with the slide job coming into 1 and 2 on lap 96. Tell us what happens at the end of this turn that winds up it just goes astray on you.
Well, I didn't think Ryan could get to my outside again because I was full throttle and he just kept coming, and I was like, how is that even happening?
Yeah.
And I turned it back right, and like I said, I was on 2 tires, so I was like way looser than I'd been all race. So I turned it back right or left. Turned it left and just snapped loose. I tried to get my lane, but I ended up wrecking everybody.
So you're saying once that weight shifted over to those old tires, you just kind of lose the car at that point?
No, I'm saying I suck and lost town, basically.
There you go. I was like, say with your chest, Brandon.
Yeah, I'm just being honest. I completely, murdered the whole field there. But, it paid off, though. Paid off. Get those 3 points. You get 3 points for having a clean race. My race wasn't clean anyway, So
yeah.
You got to get those 3 win points.
Yeah, you and then finally take us through that final turn 3 and 4 with you and Von Henschel. Von Henschel trying the same move you did, where he's just gonna send it into turn 1 and 2, and see if it sticks. And you guys wind up just holding hands pretty much on the exit of turn 4. Tell us how that went.
Yeah, when I seen him get to my inside off of 2, I didn't think he could really get cleared unless he sent it like I did. But if you're side by side here, it's so hard to pass. The guy on the top has so much momentum.
Yeah.
It's so hard to pass if you're on the bottom. And when we was hitting coming out of 4, I was like, 3rd place is going to win because we're going to side draft like crazy. I didn't mean to wreck him at the end. I just meant to door him.
Yeah, kind of hopefully kind of pull him back a little bit.
Yeah, I didn't really need to looking back at it, but it is what it is.
It was a hell.
Oh, I murdered that man. I murdered him.
Yeah, I murdered him, but it is what it is. He still got second.
Hell of a battle to the end, dude. And Brandon Bowers is officially, I think this is 4 seasons in a row you have officially made it to Winner's Circle, and tonight it's going to be at Michigan. So congrats, buddy. Looking forward to seeing where the standings take you. And Richard, you got any parting shots, or Brandon Bowers, you got any shout-outs to give?
Yeah, I do. I got to shout out Mason Parker. You gotta always shout out Mason. He's the crew chief, makes the world go round. Then I got Ryan Von Henschel, but I can't say his name right, so don't get mad at me for that, Ryan. But shout out that dude. He's a cool guy. He's a cool guy.
He is, man. I was excited.
And James Jimmy Fillers. He talked me into 2 tires there at the end. It about backfired on us, but it worked out in the end.
100%, dude. Congrats again, dude. Welcome back to Victory Circle, and we're looking forward to seeing how the rest of the season goes.
Good to be back, man. I appreciate you, Michael.
Yep. Brandon Bowers, your race winner at Michigan. Hell of a race put on, especially those last few laps. Cody Johnson, appreciate the raid, buddy. You were my pick to win. Unfortunately, it did not work out. I hope I didn't give you the commentator's curse there. But Cody, man. Cody, we're going to see you up there. We're going to see you up there at the front one of these races. You can count on that. I'm going to have to stop picking you so that way I don't keep giving you bad luck. Von Henny in the chat. Von Henny, man, hell of a run. Yeah, Pendergrass up there in the top 10. Pendergrass, appreciate the gifted sub. Sycamoose, welcome to the pit crew, buddy. Hell of a race. Let's get these results up here on screen. There it is. Bowers, Von Henschel, your top 2. Rounding out the top 3, Josh McQuiggan, Matthew Heel, Fillers, Tiller Boley, Chira, Pendergrass, and Brandon French. Multiple teams up here in the top 10 going to affect the standings catastrophically, as we'll find out here in a little bit. Race review probably already underway, as I see them all hanging out in the race review portion of the Discord.
There you go.
Bowman, Skirbo, Richie, Garrett, Johnson, Anderson, Evans, Falovich, Brown, and Nick Miller rounding out the top 20. You got Parent Swartz as we start getting the lap downers. McClenny, Quisenberry, DeLeon, Demian, Tenold, Arms, Huggins, Rudick, and rounded out at the very end here. There it goes. Casey Herring, Devin Galvin, Niparis, and Leaf all wound up in some early on shenanigans, but still. Hell of a race. As always, you guys can catch us every Monday night right here, 8:30 Eastern, for the Affinity Cup Series. Wednesdays, Brandon Bouchard is going to take over and give you guys the Next Up Series. If you ever want to be in the Cup Series, you have to go through the Next Up Series. It's how we keep our full fields out here in the Cup Series. We have a feeder series called the Next Up Series where all these drivers compete to make it into this top series. I feel like I said the word series in the past sentence 47 times. All right. As always, we are brought to you by backmarker.shop. Use the code Affinity10. Get 10% off your order. Back to school sale going on right now. You can get 25% off your order by adding the Affinity 10 discount code. Backmarker.shop, hashtag get better. You guys can go check it out right now. They have a bunch of new merch up there for you to peruse, I shall say.
Oh, good Lord.
We always do everything here at Affinity Racing for charity. If you want to join today in giving back, head over to givebutter.com/raceaffinity and give $1 or $2, man. That's all we need. If we had everybody give $1 or $2, we would meet our goal in absolutely no time. You guys can catch the replay on our socials, especially YouTube. All of our socials are at Race Affinity. Please give us a follow. I'm Mike McElroy. That is Brandon Richard, buddy. Any parting shots before we hit the road?
Oh boy, hope you guys are wearing your seat belts. We got Rockingham on Wednesday, and it's going to be a total show indeed. Shout out to the drivers tonight. Thank you guys so much for coming out. The viewers, thank you guys for tuning in, and we appreciate all the support. Please support the charities and sponsors that keep us alive for you guys.
If you guys want to go check out some of our other drivers that race on Wednesdays and Super Saturdays, we're going to send you over to the man, the myth, the legend, Moonhead. We got a bunch of drivers that got recently promoted into the Mooncar Series. So you guys go hang out with them, check them out, and we will catch you guys on Wednesday. Later.